We are now officially in my 25 worst cards. So look at this piece of crap. The first ever traded card. 1972 and number 751. I'm pretty positive was the first one. And it was cool how they did it. They just gave it that stamp. Like, boom. You're done, buddy. Love this card. Next up is a really special card. 1980 Burger King pitch hit run Ron LaFleur. Love that Burger King. This guy probably has one of the most impressive stories of how he became a baseball player. He was also really, really good. I think he stole close to 100 bases in 1980. And if you don't know, he joined the team from prison because a friend of Billy Martin saw him playing in prison. They visited him in prison, and they ended up getting him day parole to try out for the Tigers, and he made it and played a pretty legitimate career, killing it. If that's not a cool ass story, I don't know what is. Next up, 1963 Alston. Gorgeous card. Nice little game use on there. And this was his MVP year. Super cool set. The 63s. And this one comes in at about 14 bucks. Next up, back to the GOAT, Rickey. This gem, I love this one. Like this set where they have like the, I don't know what you call this, with the multiple like figures, action style. No one's as cooler than Rickey's as he's about to do his thing. Oops. And this 91 Upper Deck came in at $12.75. And the last one in the 20s before we hit number 20, I guess this is 21. I've shown this one before. 1978 Eddie Rookie Cup. This beautiful 2 is coming in at $12.75. The last card before we hit the top 20 of my worst cards. This is a pretty great, terrible card. We're now moving into the top 20, guys, with this Woolworth Rickey. Super cool back. Keeping it nice and simple. And Woolworth is an interesting company. If you didn't know, it doesn't exist anymore, but it kind of does, as another little company you probably know called Foot Locker. Woolworth became Foot Locker. Next up, 1969 Deckle Edge Bob Gibson. 69, coming off the year of his life. 13 shutouts, 22 wins, 1 low 1s ERA. And this hunk of junk of a card is on my worst card list, coming in at $12.55 in the good 2. And back to my man Rickey. Love these 87 Don Ross. It's baseballs, but I always looked at it like it was a tire tread. Nice bold back. This guy's $11.07. Now a huge one. Huge one. This was literally one of my first Grail cards as a kid. This card was just ridiculous. Wood grain, rainbow future stars. I needed this thing at age 6-ish, 7-ish. And now it's in my countdown at $10.38. Number 17, Bo Jackson. This thing's a beaut. I also love these backs. This might be one of my favorite backs. Definitely like top 5, top 3 backs. Next up, Rickey Henderson, turn back the clock. Back-to-back 87 tops, number 16 in the countdown. And remember this one specifically for later. And now we've got my man Reg, 1972. Bad boys, $10.13 per VCP. We have now cracked the $10 mark and we're in single digits starting now. This is the 1960 Topps Mound Magicians. Can't remember. I think I got this at the White Plains show, if I recall. Super cool card. This is $9.99. My number 15. Now number 14. Oh, sorry, 13. John Smoltz photo of Tom Glavine. One of my favorite cards because of how funny it is. I love when the wrong person's on a card. Always love that. And this beauty, $9.95. Next up, a super cool one coming in at number 12. Mike Schmidt, Dairy Isle Disc, 1977. Airbrushed hat. Sweet ass back. Big ice cream guy, so these are super cool. Mike Schmidt, number 12. Next up, number 11. National League home run leaders, 1970 Topps. Willie McCovey, Hank Aaron, and Lee May. A little cat hair on that one. Had some nice competition this year. And this beauty is coming in at a measly $8. And now, without further ado, we're into the top 10 worst cards in my collection based on value. This 1969 OPG decal, the Canadian decal, no stamp on the back of these. Louis Tiant, son of Havana, kicking off the top 10. Next up, you just saw him in the countdown, and you just saw him in an oversized case. This Burger King, 1986, Mike Schmidt. It just barely doesn't fit in a standard case, so they slapped it in this freaking thing. 99-cent Chris sandwich. I've thrown back plenty of Chris sandwiches in my day. Okay, next up, Number 8, George Brett, coming in at $6.77 and a 5, which is a rare grade for me, the 5. This is a really cool card. Obviously, I love the 1980 set, and this was the year that George destroyed everybody in every category. MVP, led in like 1,000,000 stats, I think. Next up, Nolan Ryan, 1978 Topps. Darren from Return to Collecting has this scrolling in his intro. Might be why I got it. Most likely. Look at this gem. This is $5.76. Next up, a card I really love. The 1990 Don Russ Best in AL. You know, the regular 90s are with the red, and this is with the blue, and it's just super cool looking. Only thing that could be better is if Rickey was still on the Yankees in 1990, but still sweet ass card. Yellow frame. Great card. So this is at number 6 at $5.74. Next up, Randy. We're in the top 5 cards in my collection based on the least value. This is the rookie card of the Bird Killer and Yankee legend. Most know him as a Yankee legend, right? Okay. Oh, that was $5.59. Next up, my number 4. Really, really love this card. Another O-Pee-Chee 1983 this time. Harold Baines. Hall of Fame legend. You know, he gets a little heat about his Hall of Fame status. But you got to give him credit because he was he has the record for the lowest bonus of any number 1 draft pick. 32 grand. So very appropriate for this countdown too, right? Love this card though, really do. We are now entering the top 3 in the countdown with a very surprising 1953 Conrado Marrero, Cuban legend. Came to the Senators as a, quote, rookie at 39 years old after like a decade killing it in Cuba. Look how fantastic this card is though. The artwork in the 53s I've always loved. And this beast of a card came in at a whopping $4.25. I know that's absurd, but it is the case. Next up, number 2, 1967 Mickey Mantle and about 30 other guys from the Yankees. 1967 team card coming in at $3.34, leading us to the grand finale, the shittiest card in my entire collection. 1982 Topps Rickey Henderson in a good 2. There's no good data on the 2 of an 82, but I'm averaging it at $1.15 because the 4 averages at $1.51. So there you have it. The number 1 card 2024 in my collection of least value. Hope you guys really enjoyed this countdown. Let me know what some of your favorite cards were. Let me know if you got a kick out of this way of doing it. I actually can't wait to see where this list is in 2025. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. So guys, this video was made earlier in the week and set to post today. This was obviously before hearing the impossible to comprehend news about Rickey Henderson's passing. Would not have had it in me to joke about baseball card values, but never in a million years did I think he would die young. Rickey was probably the strongest person I've ever seen. He was my guy since I was 7. I'm literally fighting back tears right now. I will forever honor the life of Rickey, the legacy of Rickey. He was more than just the GOAT. He was a force of nature, and to me, then a true icon. Wasn't just the greatest leadoff hitter or base stealer of all time. He was the soul of the game. He had an unshakable belief in himself. Didn't just play baseball, he actually revolutionized it. His confidence was infectious. When he stepped on the field, you felt anything was possible. He didn't just inspire his teammates, he inspired millions, and he taught us that hard work and heart could turn your dreams into reality. Off the field, his warmth and humor left a mark on everyone who knew him. Although Rickey has left us, his spirit remains. Every base stolen, record shattered, every fan inspired is part of his eternal legacy. Rest in peace, Rickey. You'll always be the greatest of all time.